Kevin Frehner, Poynette, girls and boys cross-country coach. Kevin, I guess, like we chatted about the other night and like I asked the girls, how were they able, if you had to pick a couple words or one sentence, how were they able to take the hope and the confidence that they could do what they did on Saturday to get to state to actually doing it?
Well, I think we just, more than anything else, we just came to compete. And that was what our goal was just to go down there and be at our best. And that's our goal every single October, we're physically ready, so it's just a matter of being mentally ready and ready to compete.
Was there maybe less pressure, do you think, because of entering, maybe third behind basketball?
Well, that's certainly the route I took as the coach in terms of, we had no pressure. No one was certainly expecting us to make it. So we just had to go down there and take care of our business. That's something we talk about every year about this time is, we can only control ourselves. So we were going to go there Saturday and we were going to expect to be the best that we could be because that's our plan. And we were going to control what we could do, and the rest we would take whatever we got with. So,
is there a certain characteristic, a personality trait about this team that you think allowed them to follow through with that belief and do what they did on Saturday?
Well, one of the things I think we've got a fair amount of girls that are in other sports. They're just an athletic group of girls, and they, like I said, they're interested in competing. They're just a competitive group, and they're not necessarily competitive amongst themselves. But they like to compete and run hard and race, and that helped us certainly.
I guess just in a nutshell, talk me through what it was, because cross country is different than obviously most sports where the results aren't on a scoreboard, right away afterward. I mean, you're like mathematicians over there trying to figure out whether you moved on. Talk me through in a nutshell what it was like in those moments after the race as you guys were, trying to figure out if you did enough to get to state.
Well, yeah, that's really hard in terms of trying to figure it out mathematically with 20 schools there. It's just too hard to really say, well, they had this many points and we had this many points. So I was just more, as the race progressed, I knew going in, because I had it pretty well scouted, we had to have our girls in this place relative to basketball's girls. And at about 2 miles, we were right there. And I just kind of gave them that last word with a half mile to go that, we're doing it. We just got to finish it now. And they did. And, haven't been a basketball coach before. When you're in the game and as you're in the race, there's the part of being in the game, but the difference about cross country is, like you said, you got to wait there for 20 minutes and hear how you did. And for me, I'm nervous before a race, but I can't let the kids see that. So I try to be as calm as I can, but once the race was done, it was an agonizing 15 or 20 minutes kind of waiting it out.
And then when you heard that, your name, your team name called second, the feeling of relief, celebration, I guess, how was that?
Well, Saturday it was pure celebration. I've been in the role of the favorite before, so I do understand that relief, like, we did it and no one knocked us off. But being the underdog, there's a certain joy in being the underdog and then accomplishing that, and it was just pure joy Saturday. So. And
then last question, I was going to ask, what, I guess, compare and contrast, because every team is different. But last year, I think it was a little more realistic. You mentioned being the favorite. I think it was a little more expected or realistic of a chance for you guys to get to state, whereas this year was obviously a bit of a surprise. This week now, how are the feelings different as far as maybe having a little bit more appreciation for getting to state this year, or are they more the same?
I guess the biggest difference this year compared to last year was we're so young this year compared to last year. Last year our top 2 girls were seniors, our 4th or 5th girl, depending on the day, was a senior, and it was kind of the end of the line for our group in terms of that. Now we do have a couple of seniors this year. But the core of our team are freshmen, sophomores, and just 1 junior. So we haven't really talked about the race yet. We'll do that tomorrow in practice more. But I don't know how the right way to say it is. Last year we just had a real urgency at the sectional in terms of it's the last chance here for some of the better runners we've ever had in this program. So there was that pressure, whereas this year there wasn't quite as much of that pressure at the sectional in terms of, not only are we the underdog, but most of our kids are coming back. So I guess that would be the difference I would notice.
Cool. Anything else that you want to add?
No, just hopefully Saturday we can go up there with the same attitude and the same desire to compete, because I think, one of the great things about having all these kids coming back is we can really set the tone for next year and be a force next year instead of sneaking up on people. So
Cool.
That's
Awesome.
cool too.
Awesome. Good luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you.